Okay, welcome back to my tutorial. Today what we'll be learning is just these tools. I'll be teaching you more the ones you're gonna need to know. For example, maybe like the selection tool, sub-selection, the transform, the line tool, the pen tool, the text tool, oval, rectangle, pencil, brush, and eraser. Those are the most regular one you're going to be using. You're going to be using those on a regular basis. So, for example, we'll start off with this one. Let's see, we're going to draw. I'm not gonna use that yet. We're gonna draw a box, okay? Just a regular box. My fill was red and black, whatever. Selection tool. What does the selection tool does? Selection tool selects. If you notice, it leaves the stroke around there. Why? Because I didn't select it right. So undo that. Selection tool just selects. Double click, and it's gonna select everything. Now, if you move it, everything moves. That's the selection tool. Sub-selection. Sub-selection does a lot of cool stuff. For example, could move a point. Um, in certain circumstances, you could convert, and you could use it almost like the pen tool. But for the meantime, sub-selection is not that hard to learn. Does a lot of cool stuff. But anyways, yeah. Then you got the transform tool, which just basically makes it bigger, wider, and a slant. It does a lot of cool things. See, because I didn't select it right, this came out on the edges. But yeah, so what I want you to do now, there's the line tool. You should know how to use a line tool. A line tool basically draws line. You could draw anything you want. So cool. There's a lasso tool. You could basically draw with a freehand, and then you can select everything. You could delete it, undo. There's the polygon one that you could get straight, really nice selections. And does some really nice strong squares and everything. There's a pencil tool. You could draw whatever you want. And the cool thing about the pencil tool, and you got either you could either set it to straight, smooth, or ink. Straight, you get straight lines, whatever you draw. You know what I mean? Turns everything into like as straight as it could. The curvy one, that just makes everything look nice and curvy. Let me delete something so you could see much better. I'm zooming a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, the curvy one gives you a lot of curves, turns everything into curves. The straight one, makes everything really straight. The ink, I think that's just the regular one, just gives you as it is. Yeah, then there's your brush tool. If you got different brush sizes, different brush types, that's just really easy to understand. There's your eraser tool. Of course, I'm sure you guys know how to use an eraser. It erases. There's your dropper. Takes colors from wherever and put it in. Basically find, maybe like right here, find the type of color, and then you could just work here. But yeah, then there's your paint bucket, and your paint bucket just shows colors, in lock areas, only lock areas. You see, cool. Your zoom tool, you zoom in, you zoom out too. There's your hand tool that basically moves the screen all over the place, and that's it. Your stroke tool, select a stroke, select a fill color, and for fun you could even change the stroke size. Maybe you want the stroke size to be, let's see, I'm gonna draw a square on the stroke size. Basically, and to remind you, this right here is the strokes icon. This is your fill icon. You want the stroke to be bigger, draw it bigger. See that it makes it bigger. Drop this down a little bit. You see it's bigger. But yeah, that's about it right there. So stay tuned, and we're gonna, in the next tutorial, we're gonna learn how to use these tools and start making some cool stuff. Okay, laters.